The UN has ordered the UAE to prove that Princess Latifah, the daughter of Dubai's ruler, is still alive after she released haunting videos saying she was being kept prisoner. The UN human rights watchdog has also demanded more information about the princess and her current situation after she smuggled out the secretly recorded videos claiming she was being held hostage by Sheikh Al Maktoum. The move comes after UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Wednesday he was concerned about Princess Sheikh Al Toifi, while Dominic Raab also demanded the UAE proves she is still alive. In the video, Latifah was recorded saying she has been locked in a villa without access to sunlight or fresh air while under constant. We raised our concerns about the situation in light of the disturbing video evidence that emerged this week. Liz Throssell, spokeswoman for the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, told an online brief we requested more information and clarification about Sheikh Latifah's current. Given the serious concerns about Sheikh Latifah, we have requested that the government's response comes as a matter of priority. We did ask for proof of life, she said, adding the Ochre agency would continue to monitor the situation closely. Share this article. The agency had approached the country's permanent mission in Geneva on Thursday, she said. Latifah has endured a difficult relationship with her father over the years that has resulted in her trying to escape his kingdom twice, once in 2002 and again in 2008. She said she tried to escape what she called his repressive control, claiming she had been drugged and tortured on the orders of the Sheikh. Has denied all abuse claims made by his daughter, who is one of 30 children he is with. In 2018 she fled the country by jet ski but was captured 8 days later by Indian commandos off the coast of Goa and returned to her father's custody, where she claimed, in the newly released footage, that she has been held captive ever since. The royal recorded the videos over several weeks in 2019 and sent them to her best friend Tina Joyainen, who released them to the BBC and Mail Online to draw attention to her friends. Tina says she is worried for the royal safety because she has not spoken to her friend. Tina said her last communication with the princess was in August when she believes her phone was confiscated, and claimed that the UAE security services had been bugging the phone she used to talk with Latifah. Speaking from her home in Finland, Tina said, "Now is the time for world leaders to speak. We are very hopeful that we can find out what has happened to Latifah and secure her freedom. The Queen is a close friend of the Sheikh. She must now be aware of what he is doing to his daughter and we would welcome her intervention. People have to speak up. The United Nations must take some action as this is a clear human right. This cannot go on forever. There has to be something done so that Latifah." Tina, who helped the princess escape Dubai in 2018 before she was captured and returned to her father 8 days later, added, "Latifah hasn't been in contact for I am guessing they discovered the phone and took it off her. The Finnish intelligence service recently told me that my mobile phone calls were being intercepted. I had long thought that I was being monitored and was advised to get it. There is only one country that would be doing that." Tina said she wanted world leaders, including Boris Johnson and new US President Joe Biden, to speak up about Latifah. The UN has said it will raise the issue of Latifah's detention with the UAE, and may investigate once the videos have. The Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights said it could question UAE officials about the princess' situation. If an investigation is launched, it would be led by the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, a spokesman. When asked about Latifah's situation today, the UK's Prime Minister Mr Johnson said, "The United Nations Commission on Human Rights is looking at that. I think what we'll do is wait and see how they get on. We'll keep an eye on." Mr Raab said the proper course of action for Britain is to follow the developments from the United Nations. "I have always raised human rights issues, I always do, with foreign ministers, with the ambassadors," he told Sky News. "I think the right thing given what the United Nations has said is to follow very closely, and we are obviously always supportive of the United Nations High Commissioner on Human Rights. I think that is the proper course right now, to follow those developments quite close." But he said sanctions cannot be applied willy-nilly. When asked if actions such as freezing assets could be taken, "It's not as simple as saying, well, we could apply sanctions," he told BBC Radio 4's Today. "There is a very strict legal threshold. It's not simply the case that we can willy-nilly, if you like, just slap sanctions on individuals." The Dubai government's media office referred questions about the video to Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's law firm, which did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In the video, published by the BBC, Latifah, 35, says, "I am a hostage and this villa has been converted into a jail." She said she was making the video in the bathroom of the villa, the only room she could lock herself into, adding, "All the windows are barred shut, I can't open any window." Sheikh Latifah bin Mohammed Al Maktoum drew international attention in 2018 when a human rights group released a video made by her in which she described an attempt to escape. Last March, a London High Court judge said he accepted as proved a series of allegations made by Sheikh Mohammed's former wife, Princess Haya, in a legal battle, including that the Sheikh ordered the abduction of Latifa. The Sheikh's lawyers rejected the allegation.